90% of the education research that is being published is either led by people that don't live on the African continent or those that even have never lived in Africa. Africa has the youngest population globally, and we are expecting that in 20 years, Africa will be the largest contributor to the global labor market. That means that there is need for skills, there is need for people that can really serve the global job market. Our education today has to shift, and we need evidence that is locally generated and contextual to inform these changes that must happen.
If the focus of whoever is funding shifts, then also the research agenda shifts. You will find that most of the journals where researchers publish their research are controlled from outside. And therefore, African researchers have a difficult time sometimes getting to this place. Not necessarily because the quality of research is bad, but because there isn't an opportunity to advance that particular research system. Today, it was fantastic to be involved with a group of potential funding agencies, foundations, and key stakeholders that really talked about the power of research. So for us to invest in education, for example, we need to ensure that we are investing for impact.
My experience is that there is both drive and talent and the ability to design and develop research questions that align with the policy priorities of governments across the continent. One of the things that we're excited to have seen over time is that there is a shift in the kind of new funding environment, not just towards evidence that is targeting kind of the global education evidence research community who comes to conferences, but recognizing the main implementer in our space on improving learning outcomes is the government.
Those of us who are still in philanthropy have a very important role. And that is, how do we make sure that our funding is catalytic? It's feeding into systems that are already existing and helping to drive reform. So we believe that by partnering with other funders, we can make those dollars go further. The other thing is, of course, investing in local leaders and local initiatives that are already underway.
HERI is an initiative that is Africa-led, where we are hoping that the best research on Africa and Africa's human capital development initiatives will happen from us and through us, because we are embedded in contexts. And the idea is to unlock and catalyze research that is led by our universities, connecting with universities in the global north to conduct the best research possible to drive the education system. What HERI is trying to shift is this balance where a lot of funding can come directly to African institutions so that the research being conducted is addressing real needs of our communities and societies.
There needs to be an intentionality to allow those who are closest to the issue being talked about to take leadership. There needs to be an intentionality to sometimes be the follower and not think that because we have the resources, we have to be the leaders. So if we have that mindset, guided by values, I think philanthropy can begin to see more power in the resources that it provides.